Hello, everyone, and welcome back again to another episode of Franchise Zero Success. And we are with the amazing Dan Olsen in the house. How are you doing, Dan?
It's amazing to be here. This is the most amazing house that there is. We love it. Thank you.
Awesome. And yeah, so today we're going to talk about marketing. Most people are
Ooh.
scared of the marketing that you need to do when you own a franchise. So, first of all, do you need to have marketing experience when you are a franchise owner?
No. Next question. No, let's dwell on that a little bit
Ooh,
because
interesting.
that is kind of scary sometimes.
Yeah.
Is how am I going to get my customers in the door? First of all, let's look at the difference. Marketing doesn't mean sales.
Oh.
So marketing is just bringing the customers in the door. Sales then is, on another hand, how you sell them once you get inside is a whole nother story. But let's talk about marketing, because that's probably the most critical thing to understand about the business. So first of all, I had a son-in-law who was opening up a franchise. I'm very proud of him, the way he's approached it. And he's got an accounting background. Mm-hmm. And so he came to me a while back and he says, so what do I need to know about this franchise? How can I put this in? And right. One of the biggest pieces that I talked to him about is go to that franchisor, have them show you the marketing that they're using to drive the customers in the door. What are they using? Understand that. And that's one of the things as a franchisee, you don't want to delegate. Mm-hmm. Franchisor should have all those systems set up for you so that when you tap into it, you go here, 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 and here, and you spend the money to bring your customers in. It's already pre-set up for you. That's one of the best things about a franchise. Marketing is one of the most difficult things you can do. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest reasons, one of the top 4 reasons why businesses fail. So if you go out and start your own business, mm-hmm. your chances of success are about 20%. Oh. And one of the big reasons why you're not successful is you don't understand the marketing and you don't have a marketing system. And so you spend all this money and then you just give up because you just can't drive the customers in the door. I see so many people out there trying to build an online presence, an online business. Oh, take this item here, put it up on your website, and go out and do all this advertising and sell it. What's the chance of succeeding? That's less than 20%, I can tell you that. You have a better success with an offline business versus an online, because it's difficult for a lot of people. Unless you have a system and a place to go and all those marketing accounts and people already set up. So when I say you don't want to delegate it, that's one of the things you want to dive into as a franchisee and learn that system on how they do it and pay attention. So when I say also 2 or 3, 4, 5 hours a week as a semi-absentee owned type business owner in the franchise, one of the things you're going to be doing every week is looking at current marketing strategies and tactics that you're using and the results and measuring those results. And then you're the ones actually putting the ads in. Unless you can assign it to somebody that you trust, you're probably going to be the one in the beginning to do the marketing, to use those resources and services that are already set up for you. Just plug into them and then make sure you analyze it. So that might take you a whole hour or 2 hours a week to do that, but it's a huge thing as a franchisee.
That's right. And the cool thing is that you do have all of these systems in place for you to actually jump into them and take advantage of as much marketing experience that you can get from the franchisors. And it's really cool that you have that support from them. But I feel like that support costs a little bit of money. So how much should we expect to send from our profits to the franchisor for these marketing efforts?
Well, it should be already set up for you.
Ooh.
You've already paid for it in the franchise fee. You paid for to access that system. And then on the ongoing piece, you're paying it in the form of a royalty, which should increase your profits. Franchising has a tendency to capture more of the market share because of the brand name in the system and the support that you have there in that franchise. So that's already there. You don't have to pay any extra for it. They're handing it to you because they want to see you succeed. Now, it does cost money to do the advertising and the marketing. So you want to pay attention to different types of services and programs and some of the other franchisees, what's working for them and what's not working. But I will tell you this, over the years, no matter what franchise it is, we may have one marketing system that's working tremendously well over in this city, but you plug it in over here and it doesn't work as well.
Oh.
But what I've found though is if you're consistent and you do several different systems, you can't just rely on one. You've got to take massive action and put it into several places. Now, I'm not saying spend money here and there all over. I tried a marketing system for one of the franchises I own. So the guy came to me, he's really reliable and he had a good track record. And this was outside the franchise company. So I'm free to still use some of the other services to test out. So but we still have to use the right logos and you have to get certain approvals from the franchisor when we do it because the system has to be uniform. So as I got those approvals and then we started working with this new provider, I gave him some money, said, okay, it was an online type program. He started advertising, started bringing in all these leads.
Wow.
I got, whoa, look, this is awesome. But the challenge was when they responded, we couldn't get them to respond to us. In other words, the sales side to set up the appointment at the center where we were taking them. Leads, but they weren't converting into appointments. So he comes back to me and he says, wow, look at all these leads I surprised. Let's step this up. We're ready to make even more money with you. And he says, how about, if you really want to do this even on a bigger scale, I want $20,000. We'll take $20,000, which is a big budget for most franchises, way bigger than you need to do. We'll take $20,000 and we'll create this, this, and this, and we'll explode this all over for you. I said, you know what? You don't get another dime of mine until you've taken what you've already produced and turn it into money in my business.
That's right.
No more money to you until that conversion. Now, I want to work with you. I want to keep things going. And then once you get this going, then we'll introduce you to other franchisees. So the potential you have is huge. Because I'm part of a franchise system, I can have that leverage. I can help that support.
You've got the franchise gang that you can introduce.
Yeah. So now this guy, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do it. We'll take care of it. So now he's got to take the process through and make sure that and this is the thing, for every dollar I spend on marketing, I want at least $1 back.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10, or 20, or 50, so that whenever I'm making my investment in marketing, I'm getting a good return on it. You have to look at it as an investment. You have to look at it as something that is going to give you a return. So that's one of the key elements of becoming a franchisee is to track that. The company's not going to do it for you, although maybe some will, but it's more important that you do it so that's one of your main day-to-day functions, probably, like I said, maybe a couple hours a week spending on it so you can see what's working and what's not working, but every dollar you spend must give you a return back. And sometimes because you're offering such a big back end in your business, maybe you spend $1 and you're only getting 50 cents back, but then you're selling them another program that's going to give them $8 back because once you got them in the door, it's worth, and I can give you example after example after that, but it's worth it. But the bottom line is you track it.
That's right. And you have to make sure that whatever you're investing on your marketing efforts does produce the results that you are looking for. Also, what are some of the other ways that you can market your business as a franchise owner?
All right. So lots of different ways to market. So when I think of marketing, I think of 3 main things. Number 1 is you have to have the target audience. Who are you going to target? Like for fitness places, for example, one of the big targets is women from about 35 to 55 is a huge market so they specialize in that market because they're wanting to maybe lose a little bit of weight. They want to get back into shape and have those little mommy makeovers or whatever they offer in those things. So it's a really good target. So you want to target as finely as you can your audience. Not just the age and not just their income bracket, but what are they thinking, the psychographics, and what's in their mind. Oh man, I want to lose these last few pounds, or I want to get in shape for this, or whatever it is. You have to be able to see into those minds and be able to convey this. The next thing is the offer. What are you offering? The offer has to be tremendous. the bigger and better offer you have that they cannot resist, they're going to click on it and they're going to come in, or they're going to respond to the direct mail or whatever. They're going to come in. And so that's the second thing is, what are you offering? The offer has to be really advantageous and a lot of benefits. And that's what the franchisor puts in there for you is, what do we offer? It's your unique selling proposition. The third thing is the message that you're communicating or the way you're communicating. So what media are you using to communicate that offer to that target audience?
That's right.
And so that's, I think, long answer to your question is, what are some of the ways to communicate that message now that we've figured those pieces out?
Right.
Well, everybody immediately goes to Facebook, Instagram. And YouTube,
TikTok,
and TikTok now, and all the digital stuff, right? Everybody's going there. Yeah. I think you have to be on there. You have to have that presence on there. And whenever you're budgeting, hopefully you're using. I would suggest, if you don't know a lot about marketing and how to do it yourself, use a service. Let that service, who has proven themselves to something similar in your field, even better, it's the service that the franchisor offers that's proven themselves to put your ad on Facebook, and the ads are already approved, they're already done. That's why you buy a franchise, because that system is already in place. So tap into that. Sure, put a little bit of ad spend in there, see how that returns back. You want to put a little bit of ad spend in other items too, even to the point where you're doing things like what I do in one of mine. I still use direct mail. Oh. It still works, because not a lot of people over here using it. They're paying attention to all this digital stuff, but old school stuff, if you do it properly, will still work. But the franchisor, once again, will have that model and the approved ads that you can use.
Interesting.
Now, I can tell you, if this is of interest to anyone out there, I don't know if it's of interest to you.
Of course.
But I can tell you the most important marketing program you'll ever do for your business is most people overlook. But it's common sense. Most of them overlook it because of the sexiness of the digital age. Oh, I want to be on Facebook and I want to be all over here. I don't know. Do you think they'd be interested if I shared?
Of course, yeah.
Let's do that.
They have been asking so many questions about marketing, so for sure, let's share that little secret.
So here's what I've built all my businesses on. Doesn't matter, and it always works. And it's the most important marketing system, and it's old school. And it still works.
It's a classic. It's not old school.
Yeah, it's classic.
It's a classic.
And that's what I call the Go Get 'em program.
Oh.
So you're sitting there, imagine you're sitting there in your clinic or your service business or your food business or whatever, and nobody's there. Ooh. You can't do business sitting on your rear end. So you got to go out and bring people in. So one of the first things you do when you open up a franchise is you let people know you opened it. So you do an email campaign, which the franchisor's probably got the verbiage for to use, and you just send it out to your list. Say, hey, I just want to let everybody know, I just acquired this franchise, and this is my business, and here's what we do. I just wanted to let you know that's what we're doing. Nice. The emails, or even a text campaign to certain people, and with a link to your website. And you'll be surprised at the number of people that, hey, congratulations, that's great. And then not only, and especially if you have when you get to the point of the grand opening, which is usually a little bit later, you want to invite them in for your open house or your grand opening, whatever it is, people will come in to support you. So you start there, and that builds a referral network. What I'm talking about is the most effective marketing system ever created. I don't see anything outdoing it. Maybe you guys can correct me. I'd love to hear from you if you think there's something better. But it's building that referrals, the strategic affiliates, as I call them. And when you have strategic affiliates champion your brand and getting the word out, that's great. I had a business that did, and I'm not going to tell you what kind of business it is. Ooh. But I'm going to tell you that what they did is they did $5.2 million in sales their first year in a little, I can't remember how many square foot office. It was an office space. So what they did is they went out and they went to a parallel market where their clients needed their service. And I'll tell you the market. They went to physical therapists. Oh, wow. And these physical therapists had clients or patients that needed this service over here, but couldn't provide it in their business. So they referred them over to this other business, and they were able to do $5.2 million in sales. Wow. This was before it became any type of franchise type program. But the bottom line is you go out and you get them. When you open up your franchise, for example, here's one of the things you may want to do. I've seen hair salons do this. I've seen other people do this, is you take a little basket of goodies and maybe some vouchers or gift cards or whatever it is for your business. And you go to the guy next door in his business, say, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm Dan I just opened up the business next door. I just wanted to meet you and tell you I'm looking forward to working with you. And if there's anything, here's my business and how it works, but I'd also like to promote your business. Is there anything that you'd like me to take over to my business to help promote you? And then you go to the next door and the next one and across here and over there. And then you expand it even further out from that.
You just build a network.
You just build that network. You go out and get it. Pretty soon people start spreading the word and you got business flying in the door.
That's right.
No matter what, I mean, you think of anybody, how do mortgage brokers build their business? The best way for them is they're working with real estate agents. So if they have a big network of real estate agents, every time they close a deal, they're going to refer their favorite mortgage broker. That's the term. That's the strategy I use, called strategic affiliates. Strategic affiliates will build any business pretty much any time, and you don't have to do it online. You can do it offline and face to face. But there's ways to do it online too, and there's ways to do it on direct mail. But that's a whole nother course. But strategic affiliates is one of the big secrets.
And one of the best things is that, as you were mentioning, doing it online, you just reminded me of this concept of UGC, which is user-generated content. So pretty much I've seen, there's a local coffee shop, and it's super interesting how the owner himself, he goes on his phone and he's like, hey, you guys, I literally just created a new recipe. Let's see how it's made. And he shows a video of himself and the owner making that one recipe. And also you mentioned how you can network with people around you. So this local store, this coffee shop is right next to a taco store, actually. And the guy, sometimes I've seen him live on Instagram being like, hey, and by the way, you just enjoyed my awesome coffee? Right next to me, there's my buddy here. He does amazing tacos. Go check him out. Tacos plus coffee, perfect date night.
Yeah.
So he's always promoting people like that. So yeah, it's super cool that you mentioned all of these amazing marketing ideas.
You graduate in from this offline stuff and older classical things into the beautiful new age stuff, which we have simple as taking your phone out, making that video. It could, like you say, it could be a recipe, or it could be like someone, hey, I'm here with so and so. We just came in my office today and got this treatment, and look what it did to her hair, or look what it did for her face. Look at the before and after, or where we have all these different things. Just simple 45-second to minute videos, right?
That's right.
Just make a huge difference.
Best thing is that online is free, so you can go and do it. Awesome. Thank you so much again, Dan. And thank you for showing us all of these many amazing ways that you can market your business. So for all of you guys that are hearing us, please go out there and market your own business. You can definitely do that and be the brand of your franchise. Thank you so much. And we'll see you on the next episode.